Okay, so sorry for the delay in the video this week. This week has been rather crazy. I'm trying to do better for next week. Speaking of, it's my goal to have your papers graded by the end of the weekend, your WA2s, so that I don't have your WA3s and your WA2s to grade at the same time. So appreciate your patience on that. Anyway, I wanted to also say that I'm really enjoying the analysis that you guys have put together for your WA, well, for the analyzing versus summarizing. It's often very difficult to move past the telling what it's about versus how you responded to it, that sort of thing. That's the difference, really. If you think about summary. Summary is kind of your book report analysis, what happened, what's it about, that sort of thing, versus the what it's doing, how it's doing it, whether you agree with it or disagree with it. Those are more analysis type questions because you're taking the content and you're actually applying it to what you know, or in the case of some of these articles, some of the things that you have experienced in your and that sort of thing. So those are really important to remember, and I want you to be able to do this for your WA3s because you're going to be discussing technology and literacy and the different literacies that are involved. Some of the discussions that are on eCollege already talk about the usage of Facebook and that sort of thing. Well, what kinds of things are involved with that? Why do you think, what connects us to Facebook so much? I want you to think about those things as we're going more in depth into WA3. Also, as far as video goes, I'm a big fan of the Weird Al song, Don't Download This Song. It's pretty catchy. You might find yourself, with your phone or whatever, just kind of going like this, if you had a flame, that sort of thing. And I want you to really start to analyze that, because being able to analyze is a skill that you'll be able to use in not just this class, but all of your other classes. And that's pretty much all I have to say on that. I look forward to reading your journal articles or journal responses on the difference between summarizing and analyzing. Remember that the book, if it's a question that you probably would find in a book report, it's probably more summary based versus application, like what you've learned from it, how it's doing what it's doing, those sorts of things. That's going to be more of analysis, and analysis comes from a lot of different questions. In fact, some of your thesis statement for your paper, that sort of thing, might come from a part of your analysis. So don't be afraid to ask those questions. Speaking of questions, as always, you can find me on, through email on eCollege. Even though I haven't necessarily been on commenting a lot lately, I've still been responding to emails, that sort of thing, and so just keep that in mind. Also, up until this point, remember, if you don't turn in your WA2 by the end of today, then you won't get a grade for it at all. Anything that was turned in after 12 a.m. Or 12:01 a.m. when it became Monday and today, that's late. So whatever happens, that stays. That grade stays. You're not going to be allowed to revise that. And really, at this point, any class discussion stuff, if it was done, I'm just saying this now, anything that was late as far as the class discussions will get a docked mark as far as your participation grade goes. And then after this week, if you don't participate in class discussions, it will just be marked, or until late, it'll be marked as a 0. Plan ahead, figure out when you can devote time to this class, because online classes really are an out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. And I'm just letting you know that because I want you to succeed, and I don't want you to have false expectations based on understanding or lack thereof. So anyway, email me with any questions, and I'll talk to you later.